what do you think about the Raiders coming here? That's what I'm saying.
Well, as I was saying, I'm not really a football fan, so I'm just looking at it from a perspective of local business.
Mm-hmm.
And it does seem like it's going to be a good thing to have more events, especially at that time of year.
Mm-hmm.
During the late fall and early winter is otherwise the slowest time of year here.
Mm-hmm.
So home games to have another, 50 or so thousand people coming every other week would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to how the T-Mobile Arena has also brought people, because we have hockey games here frequently and concerts and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the problems with the T-Mobile Arena is its location being right over here next to New York,
right over there,
right next to the Strip.
Yeah,
they have to have like dozens of overtime metro officers to direct traffic and close lanes just to get people in and out of there whenever there's an event there. And that's what I wonder about with the Raiders Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
They must be planning to do a lot more work on road infrastructure around there, because as it is, it's not really accessible for the Strip.
Yeah, the streets are narrow. It's a small
exactly.
property.
There's it's right there on Dean Martin Drive, which is an access road along I-15, but it doesn't, currently at least, Dean Martin Road doesn't have any direct access to Hacienda or Russell Road. Russell Road is the closest exit off the freeway, and that's where the stadium is. It's right there on Russell. But where are people going to park? How are people going to be getting from the Strip hotels to the stadium?
Yeah, the one problem
Taxis, I guess.
Yeah, the main problem I see with that stadium is that it's not on its own island, whereas the Coliseum has its own island of parking. It has its own, its own private Idaho of parking, right? This thing, it's quite literally slapped onto a piece of land with very little room around it, and you have the tray for the field, which takes up another, I would estimate something like 10 acres alone. So, wow,
Yeah. I mean, all in all, I'm in favor of the idea of Las Vegas having an NFL team. Again, because the extra business it brings in.
Yeah.
For generations, the pro football leagues would not have anything to do with Las Vegas until the NHL kind of broke a cherry on professional sports with the Golden Knights.
I remember I ran into
they've been so successful over here at the Golden Knights. They've got a lot of local support. Locals are really into the Raiders. I'm seeing Las Vegas Raiders gear everywhere. People are wearing sweaters and jackets and hats and bumper stickers. The state of Nevada is even issuing a Raiders license plate already. So,
I remember...
we're looking forward to it.
The late David Stern told me, I ran into him at the Venetian 2 years ago during CES, and he said, look, gambling in sports is inevitable. Get over it.
Exactly.
As he expresses things.
Yeah, the only difference between here and any other football team in the country is that here the gambling would be legal. Come on, every workplace in the world has a football pool.
Right. Although now it's legal in California.
Really?
Yeah.
Sports betting?
Yeah. They just haven't worked out a plan for it.
Yeah. Worked out a way to tax it.
The Coliseum, I think, would be a great sports book.
To me, that's the only thing that bugs me about the stadium is the public funding aspect of it. But that kind of bugs me about every football stadium.
Yeah, $750 million is a ton of coin.
The T-Mobile Arena was kind of unique in that, unlike most sports facilities, most pro sports facilities, it was built entirely with private funds.
Yeah.
And but the Raider Stadium, again, you know way more about it than I do, clearly, but from what I understand, the Raider Stadium was built not only entirely with public funds, but not entirely, but the highest public subsidy ever.
Well, I can tell you, right, $750 million for that. The Bank of America credit facility is $600 million. They have to gain about $1 billion, $200 million in sponsorships. They're short there. I know that Oakland Raider president Mark Bedane said they needed to have 12 founding partner sponsors. They only have 9. One of them, and they were for their 10th, they were counting on the State Water Resources Board, which is a public organization, and then they're supposed to have a board meeting later this month for the $30 million, and everyone's on pins and needles about that. But you haven't had, for example, Porsche or Mercedes-Benz or any of these high-name brands around here, be a brand sponsor, which to me is telling. it's really telling, you know. And it may be, I think maybe that they're asking too much money. This is a 47th media, largest media market, which, you know, hey, look, it factors in when you negotiate. Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Hey, it was absolutely my pleasure. This has been a fantastic cab ride.
Thank you.